Fairy Creations. My name is Stephanie and I will be showing you how to make pawpaw fruit bread today. If you're new to my channel and love creative DIYs, please hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the little bell so you get a notification every time I upload a video. So what you'll need is pawpaw fruit. And usually this is found in the eastern part of the United States. I'm not too sure about Midwest or Western. I tried to find more information on it and I couldn't see where it grows out that way. So usually on this size you'll need 4 or 5 of them. But if you find them a little larger, you can get about 3 of them and it'll equal out the ingredients on this particular thing. If you don't know what pawpaw fruit is and never ate it before, it's kind of like the consistency of a mango. So it's real sweet in the inside, but it's not like a super sweet like a mango. It has more of a milder taste. Usually you want to get it when it's ripe and a little bit on the mushy end, kind of like a banana. It'll have the same brown markings like a banana, like it's bruised, but it's not. It's just really ripe. And that's the best time to pick them, especially when you're making recipes like pawpaw pudding or bread. You want them to be pretty ripe. So in the inside, I'll show you here how the flesh looks. Alright, so I'll show you here how the flesh looks in the inside. And those big old things are the seeds. So you literally just pull those off and put them off to the side. If you want to keep them and plant them later, this little sack that they're in, just let the whole thing sit out on the counter and dry on a plate or something like that. And once it dries, it literally pops out of that casing. Other than that, it's so slippery it's hard to even get out. So when you're getting the fruit from the inside of the pawpaw, you really want a really sharp knife. That way you can just take the skin off just like that. Because trying to get all of that with your hand is almost impossible, especially with a ripe pawpaw. So it is like a mild sweet. It's not a real super sweet little fruit, but you could pull it apart like that and just get the seeds out. So after you've gotten the pawpaw fruit all peeled out and in the bowl, you kind of want to mash it. Now most recipes most people that have cooked with pawpaw fruit compare it to a banana, and they say any of the recipes like banana nut bread or banana pudding, you could actually do pawpaw fruit the same way. So what I'm doing is pretty much equivalent to a banana nut bread. So what we're going to do is make sure that's mushed up real good. And we're going to put in all of our dry ingredients, which would be 1.5 cups of flour, a cup of sugar, and then you'll need 1 teaspoon of baking soda here, and then the chopped pecans, and that is 1/2 cup of the chopped pecan. You could use pecans or you could use walnuts. It's completely up to you. Then we're gonna lower this down and mix that up just slowly. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is add our liquids, which would be the pawpaw fruit, 1 cup And it's calling for 2 bananas, but in pawpaw fruit it would be 5 pawpaw fruit. Unless you get the bigger ones, then you can use 3 of them. So just scrape that off. You'll need 2 eggs. You'll need vanilla extract, and it's calling for 1 teaspoon. And you'll need 1/3 cup of butter or margarine. I'm going to use butter. Alright, so we're just going to lower this down. So I had to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I forgot that step. So we're going to go ahead and add it now. But I will list all of the ingredients down in the description below. That way you'll have it. So I went ahead and, while this was mixing up, pre-greased the pan, the loaf pan that it's going to go into. And if this tastes anything like it smells, oh my gosh, it smells so sweet. So this is going to go in the oven at 350 for an hour, and then I'm going to put y'all on a pause, and when it gets done baking, we'll see how it comes out. This is my actual first time ever making this. Most of the time I just eat pawpaw fruit while we're out in the woods hunting. I'm back. So, one lesson to learn when you're baking bread: don't put it out on the stove to cool off, because then your husband will eat half of it. Literally half of it. But then it answers the question, is it good? It is, because he ate half of it. So, another tip, if you want it a little softer, don't cook it for a whole hour. I would suggest about 45 to 50 minutes instead of an hour. The top of it did get a little harder than the actual body. So that's what I'm saying. You might want to check it after 45 minutes and not leave it in there for a whole hour. But other than that, it actually came out better than banana bread. I used the banana bread recipe for it. And of course, I'll leave all the ingredients down below in the description. But yeah, that's the recipe I used. But yeah, it came out awesome. So if y'all like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good weekend.